Hi everyone. Today we're going to be exploring a different galactic being race, however you want to say it. We're going to be exploring the Greys today. I did say I want to kind of continue with this series of exploring different galactic beings around the universe or the multiverse, as they will be connecting with us at some point, whilst we are here. So I think it's a good idea to kind of explore things a bit more and educate ourselves and become a bit more familiar with this. So I have my guys here, as always, and they're going to help me channel the Greys. I don't know anything about the Greys, so this is a first for me. I was told that, they're good. They're part of, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but many of them are now helping with the Ascension and what's happening on Earth. So this will be quite interesting to kind of find out a bit more, and maybe that you might identify yourself as being part of the Greys as well. So, okay, here we go. The Greys, they are a larger and smaller. Smaller in size, some larger, some smaller. There are some particularly large ones. I'm being told particularly large Greys, right? And particularly small ones. It's a bit of a mix. And they're saying, it's a bit of a balancing act, because the Greys in the past have not been, let's say, in the lighter side. They haven't been quite in the lighter side of things. They are now more and more of them, and far more and more of them are actually moving towards the lighter side, because they know there's a change going on and they want to be part of it, and they understand that it's important to be part of it. So they're playing along this game just like the rest of, the light beings are as well. So in the past, there was a lot of, I'm feeling a lot of destruction with them, a lot of destroying behavior, a lot of karma that they have placed on Earth, right, that now is being cleared, right, coming down to, I'm being told coming down to Earth, but of course it's not just Greys. There are other beings that do this, but some beings, and the Greys have been part of this, are doing this without the free will of humans. Now, this is in the past, if I've got that right. Yes, in the past they were doing that more. Now, not so much, but sometimes it still happens, right? But in the past they were doing that a bit more. This is without the consent of a human being. However, I say it's without the consent of the human being. So I'm talking about abductions, people being taken away, people being experimented on. It is, however, on a soul level, most likely, not all the time, interesting, not all the time, but most likely on a soul level, it's what was chosen. Yes, okay. But as a human, you're not aware of that. So it can be pretty frightening, it can be difficult, but at the same time, it's there for a reason. It's for you as well. Right, okay. So in the past, that's what some Greys were doing. Now, not so much. Some still come down, but not so much. Right. But again, on a soul level. Now, what happened there and the karma that they've kind of created, and now it's being cleared more and more from humans, right? Humans that have decided to incarnate into this lifetime with a part of a Grey influence, hybrid influence within them, as starseed beings. They are part of the clearing of the karma that's happening from their, I'm being told, ancestors, or their heritage, or light being, however you want to say it, because it kind of all kind of goes together, I feel, really. And that's what a lot of them are doing now. And they're saying it can be heavy work. It can be pretty heavy work, but there are some Greys that have come down as light workers. There are many that have Greys influence, I don't know how else to say it, in them, that are some kind of light workers. Yeah, they've come to do good. They've come to help humanity and work with the Earth. Right, okay. Now, in terms of their structure, they are, I'm seeing their color is, I want to say grayish green color. Interesting. It's interesting green, because I've heard this before, but I was never sure as to what galactic beings that it was referring to. So grayish green, I'm kind of getting right. And there are some, beautifully, I'm being told beautifully in their heart, like beautifully in their heart, and they are rising in their own vibration, the work that they're doing as well, right? And in terms of, yeah, look, grey again, greyish green, a bluish green color, skin more grayish green. I guess maybe is that why they're called greys? I'm not sure. Um, Large eyes, I can kind of see them. Oh, okay. They're quite built. I feel like they're quite built. The one that I can see is quite built up. I don't know what that means. But again, a very classic kind of stoppish kind of look, like very short, but not short, like quite butch in a way. I feel quite butch would be another way I can describe it. Some and many can be, but not all, but yes, some can be. Okay. Now, in terms of their planetary systems, again, all over the universe, all over, um, they are bringing, as they are expanding themselves, they're expanding more, they are traveling and moving along different galaxies, different planetary systems, communicating more with light beings and making kind of deals with them and communication with them so they can help with everything that needs to happen now, the rising of this consciousness of Earth that's helping, the whole planetary systems, right? They are, I'm wondering whether, I know the planetary systems is everywhere, but any planets around the Earth that we could see? That's what I'm asking. Not really. There is one potentially, but it's quite far away. There's one a little closer, but you may not be able to see it as a human, right? Okay, not really particularly close to Earth, right? But potentially, yes, it is a little further away. They are, they have hybrid species. I want to say hybrid species. They have a hybrid influence in them. Some greys do, others do not. Others are like a pure, and the hybrid are a bit more connected to the earth. I don't know what that means. They're a bit more human-like. I don't know what that means, but okay. And they like to study. Okay, so the Grey's energy, you could say, are studious. Okay, quite studious. Quite. They want to study. They want to investigate. They want to experiment. They want to see what's real, what's true. They want to kind of go deep. And I'm kind of being given like almost like in a quite a structured way, like almost quite science-like, but not quite science, mathematical, a little bit science. I mean, I can see some greys being quite arty and creative in the way they do things, but it does feel quite, yeah, very serious. It feels to me quite serious energy. We have covered a few others like the Andromedans and the Syrians that are quite serious as well. I'm getting greys, they're quite serious and more military as well, like they are, I feel, in their way, right? And they do, and they're here to study, and they've been doing that for many, many lifetimes, is to study. They just want to find out more about the whole universe. That's basically what they want. However, again, in the past, it wasn't done in the best way. And not just greys, but they were the ones that near the beginning, they started to do, yes, okay, all this work. Okay, so the grey energy is beautiful, like a beautiful, as a human being, when you meet a grey hybrid type of human, you would feel it because it's beautiful, it's light, it's expansive. They're really interested in learning. They want to understand more and more. They are here to do their part and share and make a change. They really, really want to make a change. So if you feel like you've got some grey in you, you want to build something, and this is part of the karma, right, that you're clearing, and you want to make a change. So you might find that in some of the greys that you see, and could be quite studious, quite looking like, they want to learn more. They're really interested in expanding themselves and expanding consciousness with everything and everyone else. They're not simple. I'm getting in the word, they're not simple beings. No, they're quite complex in the way they think and the way they want to find out about things. Okay, right, I hear you. Anything else we need to know about the greys? that's pretty much it. The main things about the Greys is that even though a lot of a lot of work was done when they came down, a lot of destruction that was done from the beginning when they first came down. They are really, and they're really stepping up and they're doing their part. So, um, it's possible that you have yourself come here in this world with some kind of gray, not, I know, not me, but if you do resonate, as more of a student-like personality, maybe someone who wants to get things done, who cares about the world, who's interested in learning about Earth. And I'm kind of saying Mother Earth, like nature as well. That could be another part of it too. But they like to kind of, they do put themselves out there. They, even though they can be shy beings, but they do like to put themselves out there as well. So there might be different ways you might resonate with that. But they're really part of the Ascension. They're meeting, yeah, I'm being told they're meeting with, my Palladian family I'm talking to now, and they have regular meetings up, in with the Galactic Federation as well. Yeah, they are really part of this and they're really doing their part. And in terms of what they want to bring right now, or any messages that they want to kind of put out there, the Greys, the main message, and they kind of I'm kind of getting, they want to kind of communicate with some Greys. The main message they want to kind of bring is to love. I'm being told love. Remember your heart, to love who and what you are. Do not get too caught up in silliness, silly stuff in the world that might be distracting or putting you off in being with yourself. They want to bring that message along to people more and more. And at the moment, they're communicating more with their star beings that have come here, right? So there might be, again, more communication going on for you during your sleep, especially. You might be able to, sense or see maybe some, potentially, if that's what you chose on a soul level, of course. But they really want humanity to know that it's important for them to put this out there, that it's all about working with a heart, and that, I'm getting the word, we must do good now. We must do good, and we must go with this change. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that was some information about the Greys. Again, I had no idea. I don't know anything about the Greys. I hope that was helpful. I mean, I definitely felt like I learned a bit more than I already did, which was pretty much nothing. So I hope you found that informative as well.